President Trump has just imposed tariffs on Canada, China, and Mexico, the United States' largest trading partners. What does this mean for you? U.S. importers now face a 25% tax on goods from Canada and Mexico, and a 10% tax on goods from China. These tariffs aim to curb migration and drug trafficking from Canada and Mexico and punish China for fentanyl smuggling. Nearly half of all U.S. imports come from these three countries, totaling over $1.3 trillion. Bloomberg Economics predicts a 15% reduction in overall U.S. imports due to these tariffs. While the tariffs could generate $100 billion in federal tax revenue, they may also disrupt supply chains and raise business costs. The automotive, energy, and food sectors in the U.S. will be hit particularly hard. Gas prices in the Midwest could surge by 50 cents per gallon, as Canada and Mexico supply over 70% of U.S. crude oil imports. U.S. automakers could see production costs rise, adding up to $3,000 to the price of some cars. Grocery costs may increase, with Mexico supplying over 60% of U.S. vegetable imports and nearly half of fruit and nut imports. Canada and Mexico, where trade makes up about 70% of their GDP, will feel the impact even more. Mexico's GDP could drop by 16%, with the auto industry bearing the brunt, as 80% of its cars are exported to the U.S. Canada's energy sector will suffer. As 80% of its oil exports go to the U.S. China, less dependent on U.S. trade, has diversified its trade partners, lessening the impact of the new tariffs. China's share of global trade has increased, while the U.S. share has dipped since 2016. Currency devaluation in Canada, Mexico, and China could soften the blow of tariffs on their exports. Mexico and Canada could retaliate with their own tariffs, potentially sparking a trade war. In 2018, Mexico and Canada imposed tariffs on $15 billion worth of U.S. goods in response to U.S. steel and aluminum tariffs. Retaliatory tariffs could hit U.S. fuel exporters, automakers, and advanced manufacturers the hardest. States like Texas, Ohio, and Maine, which rely heavily on exports to Canada and Mexico, would be significantly affected. As the trade landscape shifts, the economic ripple effects will be felt across borders and industries.